And good evening and welcome to downtown Oklahoma City. It's time for Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball here on Your View on Cox. It's a pleasant summer evening here in Bricktown at the corner of South Mickey Mantle Drive and Reno Avenue. I'm Alex Friedman, joined tonight by Grant Hansen here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark as the Dodgers finish off a 5-game series against the New Orleans Baby Cakes. The Dodgers trying to win the final 4 before they hit the road and head to Nashville. An exciting win for the Dodgers last night, winning it 6-4 and in walk-off fashion thanks to Kyle Garlick.
Yeah, Kyle had a great shot, runner on third base, gets him in, 2-run home run over center field fence. But what set it up was in the top of the 10th inning, New Orleans had the bases loaded with 2 outs. Ariel Hernandez struck out that batter, which led to the bottom of the 10th, game-winning home run.
And tonight's starting pitcher for the Dodgers will be right-hander Logan Baucom, a familiar name to those here in Oklahoma City. A stalwart in 2016, fulfilling a swingman role to an ERA of less than 2. And he's back for his 3rd time in the Dodgers organization.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He started the season, he had 3 starts with the Sugar Land Skeeters in the Independent League, got up to Tulsa, and now he's making his 3rd stint with Oklahoma City. We'll see how he does.
Well, the Dodgers again a chance to win 4 straight and get some momentum heading out on the road, and certainly always want to get those home wins when you can.
Oh, especially when you guys are going to Nashville tomorrow. It's a long stretch. It's been really hot outside. We want to get this game over. We want the pitchers to work quick, and we'll have a good day. Good day for baseball.
Sounds like a plan. We're back with the first pitch after this. This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. And once again, welcome to downtown Oklahoma City as Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball is live here from Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. And Bricktown here in downtown OKC as the OKC Dodgers getting ready to take on the New Orleans Baby Cakes, the finale of a 5-game series between the two teams. Dodgers have won 3 of the first 4, including wins in the last 3 straight. And they enter tonight at 52-41, currently tied for first place in the division with Colorado Springs. New Orleans at 45-52, 7 games under 500 is their lowest point of the season. The Dodgers dropped the series opener on Monday night, swept a doubleheader Tuesday, and then with an exciting walk-off win yesterday, it is the final meeting of the season between the teams. Here's the lineups presented by the Air Force Reserves. Leading off in center field, Magneuris Sierra. Isan Diaz, one of the top prospects in the Marlins organization, just brought up from Double-A. Eric Campbell, Austin Dean batting cleanup. They'll be followed by Rafael Ortega, Christian Adonis, and Peter Mooney. Austin Nolan, Jeff Brigham. Rounded out, there's Logan Baucom back in an Oklahoma City uniform for the first time since 2016. Signed by the Dodgers out of independent ball in May. He's been with Double-A Tulsa, making 11 appearances, all starts, 4-5 record, and a 4.61 earned run average. Texas League opponents batting .268 with 35 strikeouts against 17 walks, and hopefully can replicate some of his success that he had with the team back in 2016. Now Sierra will lead off for New Orleans and missed a few games due to illness. Returned last night, batting second in the order. Went 1 for 5 with an RBI single, and he'll lead off tonight's game. A warm evening here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. 101 degrees at the moment. Humidity's at 30%, feels like 106. The wind's blowing from right to left at 13 miles an hour. Now Sierra ready to go, as is Logan Baucom, who works out of the stretch with nobody on base. And Baucom's first pitch is a fastball called for a strike. Sierra hitting .259, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs on the year. Corner infielders both a bit in. Next pitch swung out and missed, and now it's 0-2.
That's blowing right to left.
Sierra to be followed by Diaz and Campbell here at the top of the first inning. The 0-2 from Baucom. They'll take it high, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now Logan Baucom's last start, the win against Northwest Arkansas for Double-A Tulsa. Gave up 2 runs and 5 hits in 5 innings. Pitch is grounded sharply, and that is a fair ball down the third base line. Heading to the corner, it'll be extra bases for Sierra, who can run. He's heading on his way to third. Relay throw from Peter, not going to be in time. It's a leadoff triple for New Orleans. The Dodgers defense, outfield left to right, is Alex Verdugo, Henry Ramos, and Kyle Garlick. Kyle Farmer at third, Angelo Moore the shortstop, Jake Peter at second base. There it is. Edwin Rios at first and Rocky Gale catching. Oh, an early scoring chance for New Orleans.
Triple number 5 for Sierra.
After the hard hit grounder down the first base line. Pitch to Isan Diaz, who has a chance to drive in a run in his first AAA plate appearance. Diaz at AA Jacksonville was batting .245, 10 homers, 42 RBIs. The 0-1 breaking ball called for strike 2. Malachi Moore, the home plate umpire tonight. Sean Ryan, the crew chief at first base. Nate Tomlinson at second. Ramon DeJesus at third. Balcom's 0-2. That's outside. Diaz had been on a roll prior to this promotion. 11 for 28, 4 homers, 12 RBIs his last 8 games at AA Jacksonville. Balcom's 1-2. This is high. It evens up the count. Well, New Orleans scored first yesterday. Got a run of the second inning. They led by as many as 4 runs before the Dodgers came back. Now it's high and outside, and it's a full count. Fans still filing in here on a $2 Thursday at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Full count to Diaz with Campbell on deck. 3-2 is called for strike 3. Came off speed and gets Diaz looking. One away brings up Eric Campbell, the team's best hitter. Campbell batting .321, 5 homers, 57 RBIs. That's from the right side. Infield will still play back here. First pitch from Balcom's a little bit outside. Campbell last night 1 for 4, the 2-run double. New Orleans scored 1 in the second and 3 in the fifth to take a 4-0 lead. The Dodgers tied it with 4 2-out runs in the bottom of the fifth. Next pitch from Balcom called for a strike. And it stayed 5-5 until the walk-off win in the 10th. One to Campbell. Down and away, it's 2-1. Logan Balcom began the year in independent ball. Last year, good numbers in this league. A reliever with both El Paso and Nashville. Was drafted out of college by the Dodgers. Traded about a year later. Picked up by the Dodgers before the 2016 season as the pitch called for a strike. And then prior to the 2017 season, signed with San Diego to a minor league deal. And then began this year at independent ball before the Dodgers picked him up for a 3rd time in his career in May. 2-2 to Campbell. Pitches. Oh. Called for ball 3, but it looked awfully good. Dodgers managed by Bill Hasselman in his 3rd year here in OKC. His team has won 3 in a row and 6 of 7. 3-2 to Campbell. Couldn't hold his swing at a pitch high, and it's back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff triple. Campbell clearly offering at it. No need to appeal. Malachi Moore, the home plate umpire, makes the call himself. Austin Dean trying not to let this scoring opportunity go to waste. First pitch is called for a strike. Dean last night did not start. He struck out as a pinch hitter and subsequently ejected. Swings and misses to the next pitch, and it's 0-2. Dean began the year at AA Jacksonville. Tore up the Southern League before joining New Orleans. .326 combined average on the season. Swung at, hit in the air, shallow right. Garlick drifting into his left, makes the catch, and welcome back to Oklahoma City, Logan Balcom, who works around a leadoff triple. So the Dodgers and the Baby Cakes remain scoreless heading to the bottom of the first. This is Dodgers baseball on your view. Now Logan Balcom pitches out of a jam at the top of the first. So the Dodgers lining up like this. Angelo Moore, Edwin Rios, Kyle Farmer do up here in the first. Verdugo, Garlick, and Ramos heart of the order. Peter Gale, and Balcom rounds it out. And the starting lineups presented by the Air Force Reserves. Angelo Moore in the leadoff spot. Dodgers will face Jeff Brigham, who was drafted and signed by the Dodgers out of the University of Washington. It is previously played for Dodgers manager and pitching coach Bill Hasselman and Bill Seamus. It's his second AAA start. First pitch swinging, and it's a line drive into right center for a base shot. Now Dean will range over to cut it off and hold Moore to a single. Behind Brigham tonight, the defense for New Orleans. In the outfield, it is Ortega, Sierra, and Dean. Adames, Mooney, Diaz, and Campbell in the infield, and Nola doing the catching.
Yeah, Brigham's pretty much a two-pitch guy. He's a fastball slider guy. He's sitting around 92, 96 for the fastball. He's going to need that third pitch if he wants to advance to the big leagues. Hasn't had a chance yet, but we'll see.
He's had a fine season. More on that in a moment. First pitch on the way to Edwin Rios, misses down. Rios batting in the 2 spot for the 3rd straight game. Yesterday, 1 for 5. Dodgers have the leadoff man on. Something they weren't able to do a whole lot last night. Next pitch is called for a strike. Now Brigham this year at AA Jacksonville made 7 starts, had a 1.18 ERA. Opponents batted .211, 41 strikeouts against 9 walks. 1-1 to Rios. Pitch is swung out and missed. Fastball into the hands for strike 2. Brigham a decent AAA debut at home against Colorado Springs. Came up 2 runs and 6 hits over 5 innings. Now, Colorado Springs never had the leadoff man on against him, but the Dodgers do tonight. Pitch is high and inside. Rios entering tonight, .378 average his last 13 games. 3 for 12 so far in the series. 2-2. Swung out, line left side. He'll get out of play. Moore led off with a single. Tim LeCastro, the normal leadoff man, still coming off that groin injury and has to get days off every 2-3 games or so, but is available off the bench. Rios hits this one to deep right center field. Dean jogging back towards the wall. It's going to be off the wall on the fly. Moore to third, going to be waved around. Sierra into Diaz, and now it's going to be stopped at third. Ends up being a double for Rios, putting runners at second and third with nobody out. It looked like Dean certainly knew he had no chance to get it, and kind of the way he reacted, thought it might get out.
14th double for Rios, 1-4.
Well, both teams putting a runner at third with nobody out here in the first inning. New Orleans could not convert. Kyle Farmer will look to do so for the Dodgers. Farmer a .302 average. He's hit safely in 5 straight. 10 for 22, 5 doubles, 5 RBIs. The infield will play back for New Orleans with none out. Well, he did come off speed that time. Missed high to Farmer. Brigham was one of 3 players the Marlins received from the Dodgers in a July 2015 trade for Matt Latos. Farmer hits it in the air, deep right field. Dean going back towards the sidewall. It's out of play. Now back in 2015, Kyle Farmer would have caught Jeff Brigham. He spent most of the year at Rancho Cucamonga before he was traded to Miami. And again, it was in that 2015 season. Bill Hasselman was the manager of that team and Bill Seamus the pitching coach. Certainly some familiarity here with Brigham. He's ahead of Farmer and a ball and 2 strikes. Able to get a piece.
That last pitch up in the zone, we'll see if they come down something low. Change some eye levels here. And I think that's the key for the pitchers tonight. Get ahead in the count. Get ahead in the count, stay in the count.
Rolls one to short. It'll score a run. Moody's throw to first in time, but Farmer able to get the job done, bring home Mora. It's a 1-0 Dodgers lead. Well, you're right, Grant. He did go downstairs that time, and even though Farmer out in front, able to put it in play, and with the infield back, Moore scores easily. Rios had to stay at second. First at bat tonight for Alex Verdugo. Got the night off yesterday. Enters tonight on an 11-game hitting streak. Tied for the league lead in batting average. Dodgers have scored first for the 9th time in the last 10 games. Fastball from Brigham up and in. One-0 softly hit. Shao left center. Drops over the head of Moody. Rios rounding third. He's going to score, and the Dodgers in front 2-0 on the soft RBI single by Verdugo.
That's definitely a good piece of hitting right there. Just going with what he got right there. Now we got two runs in the first inning. Getting to the bullpen early is going to be key. It's really hot out here, so I doubt that Brigham will stay out there that long.
Well, it has been a tough start for Brigham. Again, really his breeze through the competition he has faced this season. There's the hero from last night, Kyle Garlick. First pitch is high.
So you can see the difference between the two pitchers. Where last inning, Logan was ahead in the count 3 out of the 4 batters, and Brigham's definitely getting behind in the count. So when you only have 2 pitches, these hitters are going to sit on a fastball.
Got a breaking ball, and Garlick swung through it. Garlick with a team-leading 14 homers, 19 overall after he began the year at AA Tulsa. The Dodgers have hit 2 home runs in this series, both off the bat of Garlick. One. Swung and a miss through a fastball. The walk-off win, the 5th for the team on the season, but their first since April, and the 2nd walk-off home run of the year, both against New Orleans, who suffered their 11th walk-off loss of the season. Garlick fights off a pitch. Here it was, Garlick coming up. He knew it once he got into it on the pitch from Jose Quijana. And that one goes near the base of the batter's eye in center field. That is a poke. You knew it was going to end the game off the bat, but not necessarily by a home run. As Garlick will bounce one to third, that's a fair ball. Adama slings it to second. It is dropped by Diaz. They'll say it came out of the transfer. And I can already see manager Bo Hasselman's getting ready to head out to second base and ask about it. And we'll get a second look right here.
That's close.
There's Nate Tomlinson talking things over with Bill Hasselman. You can see motioning that the way he saw it, It was coming out when Diaz was trying to get his hand on it. Boy, I don't know. I mean, yes, it did go into the glove. I don't know if it was fully ever secured, though. Like Diaz was looking to first to check the runner.
As a pitcher and you're struggling, the one thing you need is a ground ball double play, and there it was.
But on the other hand, Jeff Brigham might not. He's probably fortunate to have gotten an out on that play. First pitch slider to Ramos, called for a strike. And Henry Ramos doesn't like the strike call from Malachi Moore. It's the first time he's worked a plate in a game in which the Dodgers have played in. Ramos takes in. He didn't start yesterday. Didn't do a fielder's choice in his only at bat. And I'm sure New Orleans is going to be happy it's the final time they have to see him this year. He's at .420 with 4 homers and 18 RBIs against Baby Cakes pitching. Grounds one to the right side. Diaz will set and throw to first to end the inning, but a successful one for the Dodgers as they jump out to a 2-0 lead. RBIs by Farmer and Verdugo, putting the Dodgers ahead early. Ahead of the second after the break. This is OKC Dodgers. Don't miss out on the next Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat night. It's on Saturday, July the 28th, when the Dodgers host the El Paso Chihuahuas. Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat packages available for groups of 10 or more and include all-you-can-eat food, the Dodgers have, and a game ticket. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. Rafael Ortega leading off. Takes a first pitch strike. Randall asked the same question I ask everyone when we talk about the Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat nights. Your favorite kind of pizza? Favorite topping, I should say.
I'm not afraid to mix in a little pepperoni and chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double meat?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll mix in the chicken in there.
I like chicken and pineapple, that combo. A lot of people think I'm weird, but to each his own. Ortega takes outside. Did not start yesterday. Flied out in his only at bat as a pinch hitter. 2 for 9 in the series. Dodgers looking to win the final 4 in a row. Bunts one, it is foul. Picked up by Gale to the top left of the batter's circle. Ortega to be followed by Adames and Moody. If you're missed the first inning, the leadoff man Magneuris Sierra tripled down the first base line, but Logan Balcom then got strikeout, flyout to escape the inning. It'll be a travel day for both New Orleans and the Dodgers coming up. New Orleans heading to Iowa. They've got a bus trip after tonight's game. This is again the final meeting of the season between these teams. Ortega takes outside. The Dodgers hold a 9-6 advantage of the season series, so they've already clinched a win in the season series. Full count to Ortega. Swings and pops it up near the pitcher's mound. Everyone converging. Called off by Farmer, who makes the catch underhanded at the letters. Balcom was ready to catch it. He ducked out at the last moment. Well, Grant, you're a former pitcher. Most times you just see the pitcher pointing it out, trying to guide the defense.
A lot of people say that pitchers aren't athletes, and you know, they want the pitcher to get out of the way, and that's fine. But on a play like that, you need someone to come up here and take charge, call the ball, and it seemed like we had a couple guys in the area.
One down for Adames. He was 0 for 4 last night with an RBI. Gets it out to play to the left side. Now, Christian Adames probably had one of the more key at-bats of the game. Came up, you know, with the new tiebreaker rules in place in extra innings. A man at the corner, or men at the corners, 1 out. Tried to get a squeeze bunt down. It was not a good one. And the lead runner thrown out at the plate. And this time he'll go down swinging.
again, Logan's getting ahead in the count. He's going to make that pitcher decide, or make the hitter decide. You know, he's going to have a couple pitches that he's going to have to decide on what he's going to do. He's pounding that zone. He's getting ahead of the count, staying ahead of the count. He's definitely feeling it today.
And granted, so simple, but it is such a big difference starting a batter 0-1 versus 1-0.
No, it's true, because if you get behind in the count, you're going to have to throw a strike, and you know, most times the fastball is the pitch that you're going to strike. Now, when you get to the major league level, every single pitch that those guys throw, they can throw it for a strike on any count.
Peter Moody takes a first pitch ball. Guy who knows how to get on base percentage just below 400. And Mooney yesterday 1 for 3 with a pair of walks. Solid series, 3 for 10 with 4 walks. I want to go foul. Snagged by Rios, so he'll toss it in the seats.
Yeah, so again, sorry, Alex, but again, we were talking about how you get ahead in the count. Right now it's a 1-2 count. If I'm a hitter, he's thrown 3 pitches out of the 4 he has for strikes really consistently right now. So it's kind of a guessing game for him.
Ball comes 1-2, grounded to the right side. Easy play for Peter. That'll finish a 1-2-3, top of the second inning as Balcom off to a nice start tonight. Dodgers with the early 2-0 lead at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, looking for a 4th straight win. This is Dodgers baseball on your. Dodgers with the early 2-0 lead in a very good and talented Dodgers team, and just the latest of some great players who have come from Oklahoma City. You go back a couple nights ago in the Major League All-Star game, guys who were either former OKC Dodgers or Red Hawks who have come through in the last few years. 6 of them playing in the Major League Baseball All-Star game. Of course, a few other Oklahoma City guys, one of which on the Dodgers, Matt Kemp and JT Realmuto, who's the Baby Cakes player called the Miami Marlins. Jake Peter fouls off the first pitch. Last night he was 1 for 3. He had a tough month of June, but much better here in July. 300 average so far this month. Taps it off the plate right back to Brigham. Peter retired to start off the second. Bases will be empty for Rocky Gale. Gale's average has dipped under 300 for the first time in a while. Also caught last night 0 for 4, and I would imagine after back-to-back game catching in this heat, plus the early travel tomorrow, he will get tomorrow off. Takes the first pitch from Brigham for a strike. Malachi Moore saying Gale offered on it. Seems like Brigham going to the slider a bit more here in the second inning. Goes again. They appeal the check swing, and Sean Ryan said Gale held up.
That's kind of been one of the things that's held Brigham back, is he only has 2 pitches. He's working on that changeup, and as I saw earlier, he's working on that circle change. It was actually pretty good in the second inning.
Gale hits this one in the air to deep right. Dean back to his left. It's going to be over his head. And Gale on his way to second. He will hold up there and down the count, able to double out to deep right.
10, double for Gale, 1-0.
After mostly sliders came fastball. 10th double of the year for Gale. Dodgers are 4 for 8 to start the game against Brigham. It'll bring up Baucom, who, as we learned in 2016, can handle the bat. Baucom in that 2016 season was 5 for 21 with 5 RBIs. This year at Tulsa, however, was hitless, 0 for 6, did have 1 RBI. I was talking things with manager Bill Hasselman the other day. He says he doesn't really believe in having a pitcher bunt when there's a runner at second with 1 out. Grounds one on the right side. This will advance Gale to third as Baucom grounds out. And as he told me, if you bunt him over, it really only changes things by a 2%. He's saying that, oh, well, he could score on a wild pitch. He could score on an infield single. And especially a guy like Baucom, who mentioned, can't handle the bat. Gale at third. 2 down, back to the top of the order for Mora. Mora led off the first with a single. First pitch breaking ball called for a strike. Another breaking ball, that one down and in.
Oh, that's where you saw that slider. Good depth. There's a lot of action to it. Late bite.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, is having trouble locating the fastball for a strike early in the count. So, seen a lot of early sliders, but he gets a fly ball on a fastball this time. Right to Ortega, waiting, adjust, and will make the catch to end the second inning. The Dodgers leave a man at third, and it still lead this one at 2-0 here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Baby Cake's coming up to bat. This is OKC Dodgers baseball on your. Now you can chow down to some Brahms Friends and Family 4-packs. It returns on August the 10th when the Dodgers face the Memphis Redbirds. You'll get 4 tickets to the game, 4 Brahms combo vouchers, and 4 Dodgers hats for only $39.99. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. Well, Ping Pong Pizza here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Austin Nolan, the New Orleans catcher, leading things off. First pitch from Baucom. There's strike one again. Nola yesterday, 1 for 5 of the runs scored. Catches the outside corner again.
Oh, there you see Baucom again, pounding the zone, 0-2.
Nola to be followed by Brigham and Sierra. Takes that one letter high. Logan Baucom, originally from Midland, Texas. Played junior college ball in his hometown before transferring to UT Arlington. Nola fouls off the pitch. Baucom now resides in Dallas with his wife and daughter. 29 years old. Breaking ball popped up. Foul ground, playable for Rios. Makes the catch right near the front of the steps. Now brings up the pitcher Brigham. I understand it's the dry fit kind of sleeves, but it also makes you wonder how Edwin Rios is wearing those under his jersey. Brigham this season, a total of 1 for 7 between Jacksonville and New Orleans at the plate. For those of you who might not be as familiar, and we have had games here on Yearview on Cox, both with the pitchers hitting, both with the designated hitter in place. The pitchers only bat when both teams are National League affiliates. And New Orleans, the AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins. Hits it well, but right to Peter, who makes the catch.
You know, another thing I like about Balcom is he's working quick. On a night like this where it's this hot, no, there's not a defender out there that wants to sit out there all day and sweat. The goal is to get back in the dugout, get on the bats, get some more runs. And I'm really impressed. He's doing a great job out there.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments New Orleans has second time through the order now that everyone's gotten a look. Sierra tripled to start off the game, but was ended up left at third. Gets to pop him up this time. More under it, left center. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Balcom, who's retired 9 in a row after that leadoff triple to start the game. So far, so good for the Dodgers at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. The 2-3-4 hitters coming up. This is OKC Dodgers baseball. Celebración Cielo Azul returns to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark July the 27th through the 30th. Specialty weekend includes post-game fireworks on Friday, July 27th, presented by Supermercados Morelos and Chaparral-Energy Family Sunday on July 29th. Find out more and purchase your tickets at cieloazulokc.com or call 405-218-2150. Well, Jeff Brigham, prior to when he got to New Orleans, had only had one start all year in which he allowed more than 2 runs. And adjusting the AAA level, first pitch swung out and missed again. Hit a really good Colorado Springs team to 2 runs over 5 innings. Gives up 2 early ones tonight. Edwin Rios, a large part in that with a double in the first. A little bit high to the 6'4" Rios. Speed in for strike 2. Well, 10 years ago, you wouldn't see a batter with a profile of Edwin Rios hit second, but it's becoming more commonplace. Brings through a breaking ball, and there's Brigham's first strikeout. Kind of a new wave of lineup construction. Guy who's got some pop is, the stats will show that the 2 spot might be your most valuable based on average how many plate appearances and what kind of action there is on in front of him. First pitch to Farmer outside. RBI ground out his first time up. And it's just little things like that the Dodgers have gotten consistently back to after a 3-week slump as the pitch misses high. And getting back to their winning ways. Hitters count for Farmer. Gets a hold of this one to deep left field. Ortega racing back. This one off the wall, nearly a home run. Farmer will have to settle for a double that goes about 400 feet.
Well, there's your 2-0 pitch right there. And as a hitter, you're going to make him throw a strike. As you see right here. Yeah, it's down the middle. It's up. Right there for a hitter to hit.
Barely missed. 16th double for Farmer, as well as his 6th double in the last 6 games. Another scoring chance for the Dodgers. Alex Verdugo had an RBI single his first time up. And one of the more interesting numbers I saw for Brigham in his time at AA Jacksonville, where he dealt, he made 7 starts. There was only 18 at-bats against him with runners in scoring position. That's less than 3 per game. This is the Dodgers' 5th already tonight. Verdugo's extended that hitting streak out to 12 straight games. It is his second hitting streak this season of at least 12. His season high 13. Brigham misses down and in with a slider. Verdugo, the team leader in hits. Another fine season here. And Dodgers director player development Brandon Gomes in a couple weeks ago, and he mentioned how Verdugo has such a good season last year, it'd be hard to top it, yet he has. This one heading towards the Dodgers dugout. It's out of play.
Now there he had a 2-1 off speed. It was up in zone. He might have been looking for a fastball right there. And Brigham, he's had, back in 2016, he was definitely considered a prospect for the Marlins. I think he was ranked number 23, number 24 in their system at the time. He's had some injuries. He came off the DL, I think it was last month, with a right oblique injury. So he may not be 100%.
He's had to deal with oblique issues the last 2 years. As we mentioned about Edwin Rios kind of being a new kind of number 2 hitter. Well, another thing, 10 years ago, he didn't really have oblique injuries. Good take by Verdugo. And that'll miss down for ball 4. And then you saw him kind of motion to Malachi Moore. Hey, I wasn't trying to show you up. I was just pretty certain that one was down. First walk by Brigham, and 2 men are on for Garlick.
Now, obviously, Kyle with the big hit last night to win the game. You got 2 guys on, and this is something you want to see. You want to get in a big inning here if you're the Dodgers, and if you're New Orleans, you want to stay away from that big inning.
And New Orleans had a 4-0 lead last night. It's Garlick to pop up. Should be an infield fly. It's been called. Adames towards the batter circle makes the catch in fair territory. Big out by Brigham. 2 men remain on for Henry Ramos.
Now back to the Dodgers, the center fielder, Henry Ramos.
Ramos grounded out his first time up. Dodgers with 2 runs in the first, have 2 on with 2 out here now in the third. First pitch breaking ball called for a strike. If Brigham these last 2 innings has started to pitch backwards a bit. Ramos with some questions for the strike zone. Another breaking ball rolled to the right side. Diaz will throw to first to end the inning. Dodgers threaten but leave 2 men on base. They maintain a 2-0 lead after 3 innings at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. This is Dodgers baseball on Earview on. Get all the latest OKC Dodgers merchandise from the official Oklahoma City Dodgers team store. Stock up on all your hats, shirts, and jerseys today at shopokcdodgers.com. It's your home for all OKC Dodgers gear. Grant, I know you frequented the store before.
I've been there a few times, yeah. They got some good stuff in there. Got some Nike dry fit apparel in there.
First pitch to Diaz, called for a strike. Diaz struck out in his first AAA plate appearance of the first inning. Diaz, 22 years old. He turned 22 in late May. Born in Puerto Rico, but grew up in Springfield, Massachusetts. Second round pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2014. He's been traded twice in his career. Most recently from the Brewers to the Marlins. Change-ups outside, and one of the rare times Malcolm's been behind tonight. Diaz part of a package the Marlins got for Christian Yelich in the offseason. Malcolm able to get a fastball in the inner part of the plate past him for strike 2. A little bit in for ball 4. Ends a run of 9 straight retired. A runner board for Eric Campbell. Struck out his first time up. First pitch in there for strike 1. Again, Logan Balk in 2016. He's that one guy you absolutely have to have on a AAA roster who can fill many different kind of roles as a pitcher. Now he misses inside and hits. Campbell's going to have 2 on with nobody out. Whether it was starting or relieving, Malcolm was extremely effective. Had a 1.92 ERA over 89 innings. Held PCL hitters to a 2.16 average. Was essentially developed into the Dodgers' top starter in the playoffs that year. Two on for Austin Dean, who flied out his first time up. This is with a first pitch fastball. And a quiet series for Dean. He's looking to change that. And New Orleans trying to get on the board, down 2-0. Fastball good for a strike. But again, when you have so many guys going up and down between the AAA club and the parent club in the major leagues, it's going to leave you with holes in different spots. And Malcolm able to fill them all.
We were talking earlier in pregame about how important momentum is. Definitely to end this series strong, and that's definitely something the Dodger staff, pitching staff, has been doing the last 5-6 games. They're definitely on a roll, and they're continuing that. So he does the 1-2 pitch.
And he lined into center for a base hit. Diaz heading home, throw towards third. Here's the tag. It's off of Farmer's glove.
Single advanced on the throw.
It's an RBI single. Dean goes to second on the throw. Just his second hit of the series. Not only does it get New Orleans on the board, they've got runners at second and third with nobody out.
Well, I might have jinxed him right here, because I was going to say before Sunday, opponents were batting .313 over the 23 games prior to Sunday. So for the last 5-6 games, the Dodgers been really, really good up until this inning. So we'll see what he does.
Rafael Ortega now a chance to tie the game. It's it out of play. Ortega popped out his first time up. Dodgers would take another one right here. Well, a walk and a hit batter set the stage, and New Orleans able to pounce on the mistakes. And the fourth inning's kind of been their inning this series. Didn't score in the fourth inning yesterday, but game one on Tuesday, and a 2-run inning, a 5-run inning in the fourth on Monday. This is high. It's Ball and 2 strikes to Ortega. New Orleans in good position to tie this game. Infield back. Pitch is hit deep down the right field line. It is going to be a foul ball into the upper deck.
I'm actually kind of surprised he went inside on that one. Ortega's been late on some of these swings. They've been going outside and they bring it inside and he turns on one.
We'll see what Baucom and Gale decide to do here. Adames on deck. Called for strike 3, a fastball in the outer part of the plate. Four strikeouts for Baucom this evening.
There you have him. He's going up in the zone.
And all 3 of which are kind of pitches up before that last one to Ortega that was down in the zone. First pitch to Adames, fouls it off his foot. Adames, one of those strikeout victims. They're still at second and third and only 1 out. Adames clearly shaken up. One of those things where if I did that, I probably wouldn't be able to walk for 3 days. These guys just step right back in. Hits it in the air to center field. See if it's deep enough. Ramos with the catch. Here comes Campbell, and now he's going to put on the brakes as Ramos fires to the plate. Peter Mooney want to salvage this inning and pull into a tie. Campbell there just trying to draw a throw. Maybe it goes offline. Maybe it goes to the backstop. And although it was a bit to the left of the plate, still close enough and strong enough to keep Campbell at third. Mooney grounded out his first time up. This is low with a changeup on the first pitch. Mooney's been driving in a lot of runs lately. 10 RBIs his last 11 games. Trying to tie or possibly give New Orleans the lead here in the 4th. Malcolm will miss outside. Inning started the walk by Diaz. On a very close 3-2 pitch. Campbell plunked. Dean down on the count, lined his single to center. The throw went to third. It was going to be a close play, but the ball off Farmer's glove. Ortega struck out. Adames flied out. Pitches outside, ball 3. Austin Nola on deck. In there for a strike. Three and one to Mooney. It's outside for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. That loads him up for Nola.
This is where Logan needs to battle here. He's been out there a little bit. He's at 67 pitches right now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Got the number 8 hole hitter right now.
Now, Nola came up in a big spot with the bases loaded last night. 2 outs in the 10th inning, trying to break a tie. Hernandez struck him out, given another chance. Takes a breaking ball low and away. Popped out his first time up. Been a lengthy inning for Balcom after 3 efficient ones to start. I believe that is a called strike. I think Nola asking for clarification as well. Held out of play for strike 2. Balcom trying to escape another inning in which the Cakes had a runner at third and nobody out. Campbell at third, Dean at second. Mooney the runner at first. 1-2 to Nola. Gets jammed him, rolls it to second. Peters got it, throws to first, and that'll end the inning. Balcom works his magic again. Even after New Orleans scores 1 run, they have runners at second and third with none out, and he prevents them from tying the game, getting Nola a weakly ground out with the bases full. Now we will send it here in the middle of the 4th inning over to public address announcer Jared Gallagher.
Let's go back in time for our next game. It's time for Dino Dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jurassic Park. Over with me, we have 3 dinosaurs. Place your bets. Which one's gonna win? In 3, 2, 1, go! And they are off. The orange one is going strong, followed by the black and then the green. Oh, and the black's going for a streak. And it is Jet Ski for the win. Stick around, we've got plenty more fun and excitement. But for right now, we're taking you back to the real fun, Dodgers baseball. We'll see you soon.
Dodgers fans, this is your chance to help families in need right here in Oklahoma. Your PC Dodgers family night out. Both program benefits families in need by giving them an unforgettable baseball experience they might not receive otherwise. Please donate by going to OKCDodgers.com or by stopping by the foundation table behind section 113 to make your impact today.
Always a great way to enjoy the game at the grass berm at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. As I always like to say, it's BYOB out there. Bring your own blanket. Dodgers leading this one 2-1 as Balcom escaped another big jam to keep the Dodgers in the lead in the top of the inning. Pitch skips in front of the plate to Peter. Peter grounded out his first time up. Brigham catches the outer edge of the plate. Brigham gave up 2 in the first. He's worked around some hits the last 2 innings. Peter sends one towards Sierra. A couple steps back for the catch.
He's definitely settled in a little bit here.
Now having the catcher, Rocky Gale.
Rocky Gale, a double out to deep right field his first time up. Taps it off the plate back to Brigham, jumps up, deflects it, and as a result there will be no play. One of those where if he catches it, Gale's probably out. Gale's a decent runner for a catcher, so even if he got over him and Mooney was charging in, I think it wouldn't have been a sure thing, but once that went off of Brigham's glove, there was no chance.
That's definitely something in spring training that they work on the pitchers with, and most times they want you to let that ball go. Let the shortstop have a chance to come get that. If it's going to go after your glove, then you're going to deflect it, get a guy in first.
But you can speak to this. I mean, that is just so counterintuitive, you know, for you being out there on the mound.
It's a reaction to go after a ball and make a play, and when I played, that's why I had a small glove. I was either going to catch it or I was going to miss it.
Malcolm will show bunt, take it outside, grounded out his first time up. You can never fault a guy for trying to make a play. It is just, again, when you have such a short time to react, again, your first reaction is always going to be to try and get the ball. Malcolm trying to move Gale into scoring position. Dodgers lead has been cut to 1 here in the 4th.
And this is kind of a situation we were talking about earlier, where if we had a runner on second, you know, you're probably not going to bunt the pitcher here with 1 out.
Now Campbell picks it up, gets it on the first base line in fair territory, goes to second, and they end up turning a double play. So astutely turned by the Baby Cakes, and a good job by Campbell to get it started, which ends the inning as Campbell crashing picks it up in a fair territory, and it's a double play to end. Dodgers are back at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark beginning Tuesday, July the 24th for the start of a 7-game homestand. Tickets start at just $9. Versus your tickets by calling 405-218-2150 or visit OKCDodgers.com. Some Newcastle Casino fans of the game and are enjoying the game tonight on the Devon Energy deck out in right field. Balcom had a lengthy 4th inning and did not get much of a rest in the bottom half. He threw 28 pitches, and Brigham threw just 7 to get through the bottom of the inning. Budweiser deck in left field, one of the many hospitality areas at the ballpark. You can get all the information on the different suites and hospitality areas at OKCDodgers.com. Brigham will lead off the top of the 5th. He lined out the second his first time up. Takes the first pitch low and inside. Missing again and behind the pitcher at 2-0. Logan Balcom's hair quite a bit longer than when he was here in 2016. Actually asked him about it today. And he said he was thinking about cutting it a couple times in Tulsa, and when the barber was in the clubhouse, the schedules just didn't match up. And he said, well, you know what, we're just going to let this thing go. Grounded weakly, going to be a tough play. Balcom bare hands, throws to first. It's not going to be in time. Brigham with an infield single.
Balcom's probably disappointed right now. He just gave up a hit to a pitcher.
Boy, look at the intensity on Brigham as he was really busting it up the line. Now, when talking about Jeff Brigham, again with Bill Hasselman and Bill Seamus, who had him in 2015, said that was one of his trademarks, his intensity. Sierra sends a fly ball right center field. It's another base hit. Ramos turns and throws to second. Sierra dives in safely.
Double.
And it is yet another threat put on by the Cakes. Second extra base hit by Sierra as runners are at second and third with nobody out. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Sierra didn't miss.
And that makes you wonder, it's 98 degrees and it's 8:15 right now. If this heat's getting to him or not. Last inning was a little rough. Started off with the infield hit with the pitcher. Now we got 2 on, no out.
Diaz bats left. Swings to the first pitch for strike one. He has struck out and walked in his first 2 plate appearances tonight. And Welcome gets in front at 0-2. New Orleans has had their chances tonight. They have gotten one, but you could argue they should have a lot more.
12th double for Sierra.
Comes high and tight. Diaz lays off it. This is the 6th plate appearance with a man at third and less than 2 out for New Orleans tonight. He's off a breaking ball. The count evened up. Diaz fouls one out of play to the left side. Last night, New Orleans entered the 5th inning leading 1-0. They scored 3 runs to put the Dodgers in a 4-0 hole, but the Dodgers dug out of it, came back to win. First 2 men reaching here in the 5th for the 2nd consecutive inning.
Beckham got a little lucky there. Hung that slider. Was not sharp at all on that one. Pretty much can throw anything he wants right here.
Just missed. The Dodgers bullpen a little bit thin. It's one of those nights where maybe regardless of outcome, you're just going to have to empty the tank from Balcom. Gets a big strikeout.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. You want to stay away from the big innings. If you're Oklahoma City, you want to try to get into that New Orleans bullpen. With as many games as both these teams have played, there you see Balcom with a good little pitch right there. He's going to have to chew up some of these innings so that they can be fresh for the Nashville series.
That brings up the team's most dangerous hitter, Eric Campbell. He was struck out and been hit by a pitch. Waste no time. Linesman in left field. That'll score at least 1. Sierra coming on home. The throw from Verdugo offline. Now a throw down to second, and Campbell being safely. New Orleans takes the lead. Well, it was seemingly only a matter of time when you have as many chances as New Orleans has had. And especially when you've got your top run producer at the plate. Now New Orleans now in front 3-2. Campbell up to 59 RBIs.
That's where you wish that throw from left field, you wish that would have hit the cutoff guy, because now he moved over to second base, 1 out. If that run scores, you hold him there. You still got a guy at first. Ground ball, double play out of this inning.
Dean an RBI single his last time up. Takes high. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Breaking ball called for a strike. As there has certainly been a difference. New Orleans' success rate Second and now third time through the order. This is the first time a lot of these guys have ever faced Logan Bonka. Campbell dancing around at second. It's outside and behind a 3-1.
Surprised if we see a visit to the mound after this at bat if he reaches base, just to settle him down, regroup. That's a good little pitch.
As you see, Balcom up to 89 pitches, 46 of them in the last 2 innings. Able to get a piece and foul it down. New Orleans with 3 runs the last 2 innings to take a 3-2 lead. Fouls one out of play behind the plate. The Dodgers entered tonight tied for first place in the American Northern Division and had a lead of as many as 6 games. Fell out by as much as 2.5, but it pulled back into a first place tie. Colorado Springs at home tonight against Round Rock. They're down 1-0 in the third. Dean and Balcom locked up in a battle here with a man at second, 1 out. New Orleans trying to win for just the second time at this ballpark this season. Dodgers have gone 6-1. Technically, in reality, it's really 7-1 when you include that technical road game they played earlier this season as part of a doubleheader. Chops a breaking ball off the plate. Farmer looks Campbell back to second. Now he takes off. The throw over is going to hit Campbell and go out of play. That allows Campbell to score.
E3, allowing the run to score.
A throwing error by Edwin Rios that hits Campbell and deflects into the dugout. Now, of course, with Farmer charging on that play, it leaves third base a bit open. But Moore and Balcom got over to cover. But the ball hits Campbell and goes into the dugout. And it is now 4-2. 4 unanswered runs by New Orleans. Base is empty for Ortega. You look at the Dodgers of late, the defense has had a lot of plays like that. It's kind of unnecessary throws that have ended up being key plays. I shouldn't say unnecessary, but inaccurate throws on plays that are normally made.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to that. You go back to the ball in left field where you missed the cutoff guy at third base. That's what advanced the guy to second. And then you have that play, which got him to third. Obviously, ball in the dugout, he goes home.
First 3 innings proved to be no problem for Balcom. It has not been the same in the 4th and 5th. Ortega lifts one into left. Right at Verdugo. Makes the catch to end the inning, but New Orleans has 3 runs and they take the lead. 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Halfway through, the Dodgers trailing 4-2. This is OKC Dodgers baseball on Your View on Con. Well, Welcome back to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Brahms Friends and Family 4-pack return on August the 10th. Dodgers face the Memphis Redbirds. San Luis also returning July the 27th through the 30th. Specialty weekend includes post-game fireworks July the 27th, presented by Supermercados Morelos, and a Chaparral Energy Family Sunday on July 29th. For more information, purchase your tickets at cieloazulokc.com. Now the Dodgers trailing for the first time tonight, led 2-0, now down 4-2. Reverse stories for Brigham and Baucom.
Yeah, Brigham had that first inning. He's settled in, not really good. He's getting ahead in the count. And then on the other end, Logan's struggling a little bit. He's getting up there on the pitch count.
Now gets a strikeout or more on 3 pitches.
Now batting the first baseman, Edwin Rios.
2018 Sonic Reading for the Stars program. Kids who are here tonight, these students each ran at least 20 minutes a day and submitted their logs for the chance to win awesome prizes and a ticket to an OKC Dodgers game. Edwin Rios takes outside. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a run score. Changeup swung out and missed. Dodgers have had at least 1 hit each inning. Fastball's high for ball 2. Brigham trying to retire the first 2 batters of an inning for the first time tonight. Breaking ball down to the zone, evens up the count. Got him to swing through a breaking ball. It's back-to-back strikeouts to start off the inning.
You can definitely tell Brigham's. He's definitely feeling it. He's in the zone.
Not on, 2 out for Kyle Farmer. Nearly homered his last time up. The slider's been the best pitch tonight for Brigham. Gets ahead of Farmer at 0-1. Farmer pops it up. Mooney just behind the infield at the edge of the dirt. Makes the catch. Dodgers down very quickly again as Brigham's retired. Now 7 of the last 8. Dodgers trailing by 2, moving to the 6th. This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. Move yesterday during the All-Star break, acquiring Manny Machado from the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for 5 minor leaguers. One of which on the OKC roster, Breivik Valera, one of the 5, and maybe the guy who knows Manny Machado the best, certainly in that dugout, definitely maybe in the organization, Paco Figueroa. He's the Dodgers hitting coordinator, minor league hitting coordinator. And Machado and him know each other back from Miami. Doesn't train him officially, but Machado will come work with other players that Paco works out in the offseason, including Yonder Alonso, as Yonder Alonso is married to Manny Machado's sister. And talked with Paco earlier today about Manny Machado and said, tell us something that, doesn't necessarily, we don't know about him that's not in the stats. He said he wants to be the best at everything he does and wants to win. Dodgers down by 2 as we start the 6th, a game they led 2-0. Brigham misses down and in. Dodgers got to him for 2 in the first, but nothing since, as Brigham has just gotten better and better as this game has gotten on. Verdugo lifts one in the air to right field. Dean to his left. It's going to land a few feet out of his range. And Verdugo's got his second hit tonight. First time since the first inning, the leadoff man gets on. And aboard for Garlick. Quiet after the walk-off home run.
Last at bat, Brigham started off with a slider. Got him to pop up.
This time he takes the slider for a strike. That was Brigham's 70th pitch. Pretty efficient since he allowed 2 runs on 22 pitches in the first inning. Got to swing through a slider down and away. Garlick is hit into a fielder's choice and popped out. Time he lays off the slider. Nola blocks it to his right. Dodgers only 9-6 after the season series, but the aggregate scores just a difference of 7 runs through 15 games. Dodgers enter tonight having scored 7 more against New Orleans. Taps one foul.
You can see Brigham's being smart right there with that off speed again. The last thing you want is to give him a good pitch to hit, and we have a tie ball game right here.
Check on Verdugo at first, who's safe. Dodgers 0 for the last 7 with men on base. And Brigham's team debut with New Orleans. Held Colorado Springs 2 for 8 with runners on. His fastball's outside. Went to the University of Washington, again a 4th round pick of the Dodgers in 2014. Tommy John, his junior season, came back strong in a redshirt junior year. Makes Garlick's bat on a foul ball rolling into the New Orleans dugout. Verdugo the man at first. Chunk of the barrel of the bat. Gets splintered off. Got him through that slider again. Brigham's 4th strikeout. He's got 4 strikeouts in the game, 3 of them within the last 5 batters.
Yeah, you see on that pitch right there, slider gonna be down and away. They're not going to give him a pitch to hit inside, fastball inside, or anything like that. They might learn a lesson from last night. It's a good pitch.
He's on for Ramos, who's grounded out twice. Late on a fastball for strike 1. behind now with 2-0. Parent club Los Angeles Dodgers. We talked about the Manny Machado trade. He'll make his team debut tomorrow in Milwaukee as play resumes out of the All-Star break. Set foul. They will have to take someone off the 25-man roster. So likely someone will be optioned Oklahoma City. I don't know if that's brother, cousin, or just a friend, but he's upset that he wasn't the one to get the ball. Now trying to use some intimidation. Brigham takes some time before settling back on the rubber. Breaking ball rolled to third. Adames to Diaz, and he dropped it again. They're going to call it and out again. It's the second time that has happened tonight.
See, and I don't think that is anywhere close to where the first one was. Where the first one looked like it was on the transition. This one looked like it hit the glove and popped out. We'll take a look right here.
Outside the second baseman, Jay Peter.
And that's kind of a tough look right there. And sometimes that's a tough call. Those middle infielders are really quick with their hands. But with that, you get that.
It's a high strike to Peter. And he looked like he thought the same. Going back to that last play, hard to tell from that angle. In real time, though, like you mentioned, Grant, it did not look as close as the first one. And again, these plays are being made at full speed in front of an umpire who's got a split second to make a decision. Like you said, these guys are really good and can get that ball in and out in a flash.
Well, and even on replay, it's hard for us to even tell if it's on the transition.
2-1 to Peter. He's 0 for 2. And Ramos hits it to third. Well, Diaz has been fortunate on a couple calls tonight. Peter flies one into center. Sierra charges in, and that will end the inning. Now the Dodgers get a leadoff single, but cannot do anything with it. They remain down by 2 runs after 6 innings. We'll be back at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. This is OKC Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. These guys are pumped up and hopefully can get some energy behind the Dodgers, who got off to a great start. New Orleans has controlled the last few innings and lead it 4-2 after 6. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for New Orleans. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. Alex Friedman and Grant Hansen with you here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Dodgers baseball on your view on Cox. Dodgers have lost the last couple. These games have been on. And their next game will be our next presentation of Dodgers baseball in your view on Cox will be a week from tomorrow. Friday, July the 27th, Dodgers face El Paso. Top of the order coming up against Berettas. Sierra flies the first pitch out of play. He's got 2 extra base hits tonight. A triple, a double, and a run scored. This Speaking of multiple extra base hits, there was quite the game by Round Rock's Drew Robinson last night in Colorado Springs. Breaking ball swung out and missed, in which he came up in extra innings needing a double for the cycle. Hit one out to deep right. Could have just stopped at second, but went all the way to third. So he ends up with 2 triples in a home run and a single in a game. That's kind of obviously more rare than probably a cycle. It's Sierra fishing down and away for strike 3.
And that's where you saw last inning and why they needed a change. You might have been asking, well, why did they make a change when the guy batting was the pitcher? It was obvious that Beckham was running out of gas. It was a key moment in that game where there were 2 guys on. They make the change to get the pick off at second and get out of the inning.
Another left-on-left matchup with Diaz. Breaking balls in. Edward Paredes has split this year between OKC and the LA Dodgers, and recently designated for assignment, cleared waivers, outrighted off the 40-man roster. That move necessitated when the Dodgers acquired Zach Roskup off waivers in Colorado. Fastball good for a strike. Diaz 0 for 2. A walk, a run scored, 2 strikeouts. Took Paredes a long time to get to the big leagues. Signed originally by Seattle in 05 and made his major league debut last year with the Dodgers. A lefty specialist. Now more up there. Here he'll face batters frequently from both sides of the plate. There's that slider which he throws about 75-80% of the time. Gets another swing and a miss against a lefty.
That arm angle, that slider, for that left-hand hitter, that is coming right at them, and it's just crossing right across the plate. That's a tough pitch to hit. Tough pitch to hit if you're a left-hand batter.
Brings up Eric Campbell. Had a go-ahead 2-run single last time up. Now, Campbell, in the grand scheme of things in the season series, has not done a ton of damage against the Dodgers, but he has come up with some key hits here and there in this series. As Campbell really didn't get it going till late April. I think the Dodgers had the fortune to face him a couple series early in the year. Coming back to the U.S. after spending last season in Japan. Paredes behind at 2-0. Swings that pitch for strike 1.
It's a nice 2-0 slider right there.
He goes from playing in an environment in Japan where it's very loud and raucous. You go to New Orleans where the crowds tend to be sleepy. Paredes behind at 3-0 with Dean on deck. The Dodgers scored 2 runs in the first, but New Orleans with 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th. For a strike, you run the count full. The Dodgers bullpen yesterday, 5 scoreless innings, allowed just 2 hits. The 10-inning victory.
Yeah, they've gone inside. Let's see if they go inside with that slider.
They do, and ring him up for strike 3. Campbell down looking. Good job by Paredes. After falling behind, he strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. Edward Paredes strikes out all 3 batters here this inning and gets Campbell looking to end the top of the 7th. Dodgers trying to get a rally going after the 7th inning stretch. This is Dodgers baseball on your view. Oh no, we're going to keep it here and send it over to public address announcer Jared Gallagher.
Dodgers fans, get on your feet, stretch out those muscles, and join along as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Now let's sing along to our state song, Oklahoma.
Quite the turnaround after a rough first inning, and then Dodgers got a one-out double by Gale in the second. He worked around that, worked around another one-out double in the third. The Dodgers really have not sniffed much since. Gale grounds it left side, but he's got it one away.
Yeah, after that first inning, he definitely settled in, and he's getting stronger and stronger with each inning. Still no action in the bullpen for him, so they're gonna let him ride.
Connor Joe, we thought was going to come in earlier as part of a double switch. As he on his glove, top step of the dugout. Did not come in. Now he will pinch hit. This is in the pitcher spot, so Paredes done after an inning and a third.
Pitching line for Paredes.
Joe batting .299, 4 homers, 14 RBIs since
no runs, no walks,
joining the team
3 strikeouts,
close to a month ago.
16 pitches, 11 strikes.
Takes the first pitch for a strike. Joe last night, 1 for 4, the 2-run double. This is Brigham's longest start since June the 24th of last year. If he gets another out, that'll be his longest start. It's June the 6th of last year, both those starts at the high A level. One away in the 7th, Dodgers down by 2.
Warming for New Orleans.
There is some action now in the New Orleans bullpen. Righty Joe Gunkel throwing. Joe pops it up. Campbell backing up, called off by Diaz, coming to the left. Makes the catch in fair territory.
You know, and that's one thing I've been impressed with this game right here is, you know, you have Brigham, he's throwing strikes. And when you throw strikes, you know, you're letting them put the ball in play. You're letting your defense work. The one thing you cannot do is defend a walk. So get ahead, stay ahead, let your defense work, and he's definitely doing that. He's definitely executing his pitches tonight.
Top of the order, Angelo Mora coming up, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Now the Dodgers in the series opener scored once in the first, didn't score again. They've scored twice in the first tonight and have not scored since. More in the hitter's count at 2-0. Corey Copping's been working in the Dodgers bullpen, as they will need a new pitcher after Joe pinch hit for Paredes. Swinging a sharp grounder through the middle for a base hit. Multi-hit game for Angelo Mora. Tying run will come to the plate with 2 out in the 7th. Rios has struck out the last 2 times up. He's been fooled by that slider by Brigham. Comes with a fastball. Remember, Cielo Azul de Oklahoma City partnering with the LCDA to bring a special offer available for Celebracion Cielo Azul. Starting at just $15 per person, you'll receive a game ticket, Cielo Azul hat, and $5 in Dodger dollars. And $1 per ticket will be donated to the Latino Community Development Agency. Find out more and purchase your tickets at cieloazulokc.com or call 405-218-2190. First mound visit used by New Orleans tonight. For any new viewers, again, a limit on mound visits this year at 6 per game, whether it comes from another player, a coach. The exceptions are when you make a change. And Joe Gunkel recently off the disabled list, throwing in the New Orleans bullpen. Rios takes a strike. Breaking ball down and in. Next pitch will be his 100th of the night. Second time this season he's hit triple digits in his pitch count. And it's inside. Kyle Farmer's on deck. Dodgers trying to rally with 2 out in the 7th inning. Looking for a 4th straight win. Winners of 6 of the last 7. Out to play 4 games in 3 days in Nashville. Swings to the next pitch, and it's not going to be easy simply because the team tomorrow, the flight leaves at 6. You play that night, turn around a doubleheader beginning at 5 on Sunday. And sometimes at that second day, which is tougher than the first, Moore is going to be off on this pitch. Swung out and missed. The bat goes flying down the right field line, ends up past the tarp. Now Brigham comes back to strike out Rios for the 3rd time tonight. And Brigham with 7 innings in the books for the first time since August 24th of 2016. Now Rios lets it fly literally here, but unfortunately it does not mean much for the Dodgers. They go to the 8th inning down by 2. This is Dodgers baseball on your view on Cox. Well, some people who won't leave you hanging, your friends you come with for the Bronze Friends and Family 4-packs. Next date, August the 10th, when the Dodgers face the Memphis Redbirds. You'll receive 4 tickets to the game, 4 bronze combo vouchers, and 4 OKC Dodgers hats for only $39.99. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. Corey Copping, the former Sooner, to pitch. Got the save in Game 1 a couple days ago. His first 2 appearances with OKC, he's produced a win and a save. Has to deal with the heart of the New Orleans order here and try and keep the Dodgers within 2. First pitch strike to Dean. Paredes went an inning and a third, actually inning and 2/3, excuse me. No runs, no hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. 1 grounded to short. 2 hops to Mora. Throws it to first. Connor Joe, the new first baseman, remains in the game after pinch hitting last innings. The double switch will keep Joe in the 9-hole in the pitcher's spot. Now batting second after Edwin Rios made the final out of the 7th. So Copping on Tuesday's Game 1. It was in the 10th inning, which was actually the 3rd extra inning. The Dodgers were leading by 1, and again with the new rules in place, you start an inning with a man at second. And the first man of the inning is so pivotal. as Ortega grounds one to short. 2 hops to Moore again, quickly 2 down. He struck out Ortega, who just grounded out, then got a ground out and a fly out to keep the tying run at third and give the Dodgers sealed a 5-4 win. The offense tonight for both teams has been in bursts. 2 by the Dodgers in the first, and 4 across the fourth and fifth for New Orleans. First pitch to Adames, who's down. He's 1 for 3. Copping misses low. Copping was leading the Texas League among relievers in opponent average prior to joining OKC. Fastball line to center for a base hit. Adames will keep the inning going. He'll take a wide turn around first before retreating as Ramos throws it in.
That's something right there that's going to make a pitching coach a little angry. You get 3 pitches, get 2 outs, get behind in the count. 2-0. Have to put one right down the middle. Base hit to center field.
And on for Mooney, who's walked his last 2 times up. He's drawn 6 walks in the series. There's a strike. Grounded out his first at bat. Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th inning will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Farmer, Verdugo, and Garlick coming up. Off speed pitch called for strike 2. Corey Copping, 24 years old, from Temple City, California. Spent 3 years in Norman playing at OU. Bring him up for strike 3. Gets Mooney looking at a fastball. Now's Copping, another impressive inning. Allows a hit, leaves a man on base. Now's Copping on his final pitch of the 8th. Sits Mooney down on a fastball. Dodgers looking to get the Nats going, down by 2. This is Dodgers baseball on your view on Cox. You can see all the latest OKC Dodgers merch from the official OKC Dodgers team store. Stock up on all your hats, shirts, and jerseys today at shopokcdodgers.com. It's your home for all OKC Dodgers gear. Dodgers team store off South Mickey Mantle Drive. Also open during normal business hours during the week when the team is on the road, and obviously open during all Dodgers home games. New Orleans will make a pitching change after getting 7 strong innings from Jeff Brigham, who's in line for his first AAA win. Now the bullpen let Brigham down in his last start. Joe Gunkel recently returning off the disabled list. He'll face Kyle Farmer, who start off the bottom of the 8th inning. Farmer 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI tonight.
Brigham. He pitched 7 innings, 2 runs, both earned.
Gunkel, the righty out of the New Orleans bullpen. Brief stint with the Oklahoma City Dodgers last season.
102 pitches.
That's ball down to the zone for a strike. It's Gunkel's 12th appearance. 0-1, 1 save. 38 innings pitched, 21 runs allowed, 20 earned on 40 hits, 6 walks, 27 strikeouts. Was activated off the disabled list yesterday. A lanky right-hander who had been on the DL since June the 2nd. It's Swinging a grounder towards the middle. Diaz backhands from the left to second. Throw a little bit offline, but Campbell puts the tag on Farmer. Adam played towards the middle. Diaz makes the play under control. Now for Jeff Brigham tonight. Again, a season-high 7 innings, longest start since late August of 2016 at the high A level. Allowed 2 runs on 8 hits. First pitch to Verdugo, called for a strike. Had 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 102 pitches, 67 strikes. Both runs scored in the first inning. Verdugo fouls it off the plate. So in the first, 2 runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. Those 3 hits came within the first 4 batters. Over his final 6, no runs, 5 hits allowed. And Brigham's final 4 innings did not have a man get into scoring position. Verdugo has reached base all 3 times tonight. 2 hits, a walk, and an RBI. His 6th multi-hit game in this current 12-game hitting streak. Grounds it foul. Singles in the first and 6th, a walk in the 3rd. Dodgers out hitting New Orleans 8-7, but they trail where it matters the most. This one into left center, right center. Sierra there for the second out. First time Verdugo retired. Base is empty for Kyle Garlick. 0 for 3 tonight. And Diaz plays him towards the middle. A little bit down and away. Dodgers need 2 runs within 4 outs. A team that entered tonight in the last 10 games batting .308. 61 runs scored, so an average over 6 per game, and at least 5 runs in 8 of the last 10. Line foul off to the right side. Now the Dodgers entered tonight just 3-11 their last 14 home games. After such a great start at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. And everything looked great early on tonight as New Orleans led off the game with a triple by Sierra, but he was left at third. The Dodgers respond with 2 in the bottom of the first. And it was in the 4th inning where things started to turn. Both for Logan Balcom and Jeff Brigham. 2-2 to Garlick, trying to extend the inning to Henry Ramos. Missing inside, and Garlick works the count full.
It's a little bit like last night. You had the 4-run, 1 inning, a big inning. Dodgers had to come back, chip away. Here, New Orleans had that 1 big inning in the 5th. Could be setting up for the second half of game winner.
2 bounces to Adames. across the diamond. Dodgers down in order in the 8th. So New Orleans will look to pad their lead in the top of the 9th. They're in front 4-2. Dodgers trying to avoid a loss in the series finale. This is Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. Remember, Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat night coming up next on July the 28th when the Dodgers host El Paso. Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat packages available for groups of 10 or more and include all-you-can-eat food, a Dodgers hat, and a game ticket. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. Copping out for a second inning. Pitch to Nola, called for a strike. And as Nola, the pitcher, spots Sierra due up here. J.B. Shuck currently on deck, getting ready to pinch in. Nola's 0 for 3 tonight. Lines one into right for a leadoff single. Each team now with 8 hits.
J.B. Shuck pinch hitting for New Orleans.
Shuck will be the pinch hitter in the pitcher's spot. Shuck in 13 games with New Orleans, 6 for 39.
Number 50, Jumbo Diaz warming for New Orleans.
Pitch from Copping, called for a strike. Last night, Shuck 1 for 4 the walk. Good for strike 2. Shuck, who spent a lot of the part of his earlier career here in Oklahoma City. Big chunks of the 2011 and 2012 seasons. Sprays it foul left side. The big man, Jumbo Diaz, warming up in the New Orleans bullpen. Mike Gunkel just coming off the disabled list.
Probably look for a fastball up here.
It was the fastball up, but it missed outside as well.
Line for Gunkel. 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 14 pitches, 10 strikes.
Copping looking at the runner Nola. Breaking balls downstairs. Elsewhere in the Dodgers organization tonight, AA Tulsa falling on the road in Northwest Arkansas 4-3. Shuck with a grounder towards the middle. Moore at second for 1, over to first, and it's a double play. Copping gets the pinch hitter Shuck to bounce into 2. Easy double play with the infielders at double play depth. Now 2 away here in the top of the 9th as Copping tries to keep the Dodgers within 2. Up Magneuris Sierra. He's got 2 extra base hits tonight. New Orleans as a team had just 3 in the first 4 games of the series. Swing to the next pitch. Rand, what are you liking from Corey Copping here in these 2 innings he's worked?
He's mixing in both pitches. Fastball is it's pretty strong, and He's obviously got a really sharp curveball. I remember him when he was a 31st round draft pick. I think it was 2 years ago, and he had a lot of promise. And so he's definitely improved quite a bit. And you can see he's pounding that zone. Obviously not that pitch right there, but he's changing eye levels, working the ball in and out. And then you saw with that 6-4-3 or the 6-3 double play right there.
1-2 to Sierra. Gets it out of play. The Dodgers due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ramos, Peter, and Gale. If anyone gets on, Connor Joe.
So you got the 1-2 fastball right there. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries something soft down in the zone, or go right back up again. See if he'll chase it.
Lines it right to Peter. A breaking ball that stayed down the middle of the plate, and he hit it well, but in the wrong spot. So Copping again does his job, keeps the Dodgers within 2. Do they have another rally in them? It's 4-2, heading their final at bat. This is Dodgers baseball, and your view on Cox. It is not an ironic name in Jumbo Diaz. The veteran right-hander will look to close this one out for New Orleans. As Diaz coming off the disabled list and been on it since June the 21st. 23 appearances, 4-5 record, 6 of 7 in save chances, 2.22 ERA, 28 1/3 innings, 34 strikeouts, 15 walks. Opponents batting .233. Joe Gunkel, like Diaz, came off the disabled list and had no problems in a 1-2-3 8th inning. The Dodgers have not scored since the bottom of the first. Ramos, Peter, Gale, and again, if anyone gets on, Connor Joe. Now, Ramos normally torches New Orleans. He has been very quiet tonight. 2 ground outs and is hit into a fielder's choice. Tries to bunt his way on over to the right side. Diaz picks it up, has no throw at first. A bunt single by Ramos to start off the bottom of the 9th inning.
Smart play when your pitcher's named Jumbo, 6'4", 315 pounds. You got a guy who plays down a bunt, hits some wheels. Now to put a little something together right here.
When the Dodgers and Baby Cakes played each other in a 4-game series in Oklahoma City earlier this year, the Dodgers won 3 times when trailing in the 8th inning or later. Pitch is in the dirt, stopped by Nola. Now the tying run at the plate, nobody out. Peters 0 for 3. The announced attendance tonight was over 5,000 here on a $2 Thursday, which usually means a spirited crowd. Peter fouls it back. 5,064, the announced attendance tonight. Peter is grounded out, flied out twice. First PCL action for Diaz since June the 15th. Breaking ball hit in the air, deep left field. Ortega on the move will make the catch. A well-hit ball, but it's the first out.
Now batting the catcher, Rocky Gale.
Tonight's attendance, 5,000.
Man remains on for Rocky Gale.
5064.
Dodgers are 0 for their last 12 with men on base. It's from Diaz up in the zone for a strike. It is not like they have been completely shut down tonight. They have frequently had men on base. Only down in order twice on the night. Gales 2 for 3 with a double. Infielders a double play depth. Pitch is lined into left field. Ortega charges, makes the catch. Boy, back to back, well hit balls, but 2 outs.
Yeah,
I was about to say the last thing you want is a ground ball right there and try to get a double play, but that was a well hit ball just right at someone. This is where you might get a guy in motion over there at first base.
Joe, the Dodgers' final hope, popped out his first time up. Diaz will play him up the middle. First pitch slider called for a strike. Yesterday, the Dodgers were down 4-0. They won 6-4. Tonight, they led 2-0. They're down 4-2 down to their final out. Joe takes side outside. Diaz with 4 previous appearances against the Dodgers, closing out both save opportunities. Well, 2 runs and 5 hits over 3 2/3 innings. One's downstairs.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't think you're going to go in here if you get a 3-1 count. It's a good count to run on right here, or on a 3-1 count if we get there.
Fastball in the inner part of the plate for strike 2. Diaz trying to close it out. He has the Dodgers down to their final strike. New Orleans trying to salvage 2 of 5 as the Dodgers, as the road team, took 2 of 5 in the last series between these teams at the Shrine on Airline. Pitch is high and tight and the count's full, so now Ramos will definitely be off. Angelo Mora on deck. Full count to Joe. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul. Louis Matos tossing the stands. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes to Joe. Trying to extend this ball game. Pitch from Diaz. Swinging a grounder off the bag. Diving stop by Diaz. He throws to first. The Dodgers with 0 luck here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3 well-hit balls and 3 outs as a result. A great play by Isan Diaz here in his AAA debut. A diving stop on a ball that hits the bag and changes directions. And as a result, the Dodgers will fall tonight. What a play by Diaz to send the Dodgers to a 4-2 loss tonight. So New Orleans gets down early but rallies to win, and they will get 2 of 5 here. The Dodgers do still win this series as well as the season series. 4-2 the final in the final meeting of the year between the Dodgers and Cakes. Dodgers win the season series 9-7 but losing this one 4-2. We're back to wrap it up. This is OKC Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox.